Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Hello. Finally, got it. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I was having a problem getting it to show up, but I have it now. Just gotta make sure it fits the screen. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, Arnie, how you doing? I am. I messaged Blaze. I was surprised that I completely missed her stream today. I popped in on the way home on my phone, and the reception on that sucks. So it kicked me off, and I'm like, okay, let me just go eat dinner and everything, and stop by, and I'm like, oh, she's done streaming. I just realized you're not streaming. Oh no, you stream only certain days, Tuesdays I think, and Thursdays. I think Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could be wrong on that. All right. So I'm gonna start a new game. I'm like, no, I don't know why I did that. I save a lot. New game. So this is a post-story story. This week, yeah, usually Wednesdays, Thursdays. All right. I knew Thursday was up there somewhere. Glad I got Thursday right. Okay. Launch campaign. We're gonna go easy because I haven't played this in a long time. Yeah, I love Shadowrun. This particular one I kickstarted, so I'm in the credits, and I love that. I've never spent so much on a kickstarted game, and I still love all my Shadowrun swag I got with it. I'm a big Shadowrun fan. Never played the tabletop, but I played just about every Shadowrun game that there's been. First one I had was on the SNES, which was also a point-and-click game. Somehow I stuck with it. So, kind of like a Telltale style game, this tells you everything you've done so far and what it's carrying over. So, I accompany Isabel to DECCON. Somehow that's going to come up. I helped Gobbet defeat the Rat King. I recovered Ractor's self-repair technology and put it in his drone. I got Ractor's trust. I invited Ractor to join. I did not let Gaichu die at the hands of the elders, and he joined my team. I aided him, and I didn't let him turn Ishida. Also, I tricked the demon Kyanya into admitting defeat by banishing her and saving Raymond. Yes, Ractor. Ractor, yes, you love Ractor so much, Rosalie. So I'm gonna select this endgame save. I had the debug menu up here, but I don't plan on cheating through this. I tend to beat them all legit. I had that up there because I tried some of the player-made games, And the player-made games can be a little unfair. Not exactly balanced well. Was that hate towards me or somebody else? Because I didn't see anybody message it until since Yanni said "Ooh, Shadowrun," which means my chat might be broken again because, well, it's Twitch. I don't cheat on Shadowrun. I actually, I haven't, I haven't beaten Dragonfall yet because I don't cheat. I mean, I don't cheat on Shadowrun. I've cheated on games before. Yes, I have used cheats. No, that wasn't a taunt against you. That wasn't that wasn't a shot at you at all. You needed help. You needed cheats to beat the game. That was fine. You wanted to see the storyline. You're not good at tactical games. Listen, that wasn't a jab at you. I was not firing shots. How do I get rid of this menu now? I don't want it to see it's blocking my. How do I get rid of this? Right. Oh man. Remove debug mode. Oh, awesome! Tell him I said thank you. Ah, could be that easy. Alt F1. Ah, there you go. Awesome. Also, the screenshot it somehow. Anyway, a single bulb hangs from a corrugated steel roof. The dim light that it casts is barely enough to illuminate the table in front of you. I don't look like I'm in a good position already. Your head throbs in time with your heartbeat. Each pulse gives rise to a low, grinding, stomach-churning discomfort. Heavy weights on your wrist tell you that you've been handcuffed. Try to clear my head. You squeeze your eyes shut and count to 10. The pain in your head slowly dissipates, and your vision gradually swims back into focus. There's a rag on your lap, an old dishcloth, matted with congealed blood. The dull ache that radiates from the bridge of your nose up and into your sinuses tells you where it came from. The room is dark, far too dark for you to make out its dimensions. All that you can see with clarity are your own lap and the table in front of you. I guess if I think orcs can see in the dark, then I might have been able to check out the surroundings. Take a deep breath and then slowly release it. The tension flows from your body along with it. It isn't easy letting go, but the pain in your head eventually dulls to background noise. You remain that way for a long time, sitting by yourself in the darkness. Finally, you hear a noise in the distance. The pop hiss of a pneumatic door unlatching and sliding open. An enormous figure steps into the room, and the door slides shut behind him. You can just barely make out the silhouette of the troll standing across the table from you. Your other senses working to fill in the blanks. He's got a heavy build. The floor creaks every time he shifts his weight. The rust of fabric over hard, sharp keratin tells you that he has prominent dermal deposits. He's also wearing way too much cologne. From the chest up, the darkness swallows him, and you can't see his face. Sir, I just killed a god of many teeth. Technically, I tricked it back to its dimension. But yes, I forgot about this. So many teeth. The room remains silent as he busies himself arranging objects on the table in front of him. A notepad, a mug of soy calf, an old ballpoint pen, an audio recorder. Finally, he looks up from the objects and focuses on you. Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. The words roll in his throat like rocks in a tumbler. How are you feeling today? Did you sleep well? Not at the bloody dish rag. Aside from the fact that I spent the night bleeding into a dirty towel, I'm great. Oh, poor baby. And I thought that you Shadowrunners were supposed to be tough. If it's any consolation, the nosebleed was expected. It's a common side effect of magical interrogation. You had your people poke around in my head, didn't you? They did something to me while I was unconscious. Yeah, that's right. Our mates probed your mind while you slept. He lifts his mug out of the light towards his lips. You hear a long, loud slurp as he sucks the steaming fluid down. Don't know the man myself, but I'm given to understand that he's good. Uses a light touch. Gestures at the bloody cloth. You call this a light touch? Believe me, the nosebleed could have been a whole lot worse. We didn't have to put you on fluids, did we? He sets the mug down on the table. Murky liquid sloshes over the rim. He was even kind enough to give you a cloth to bleed into. Yeah, I'm sure he's a real prince. But your other mage sure as hell isn't. His brow furrows. What other mage? I don't know what you're talking about. Your pal with the skin condition didn't mess up my nose. It was the other one. The second mage. I couldn't see her face. Must be a figment of your imagination. It happens sometimes. The brain invents details to try and make sense of what's happening to it. Give it a few days, and the confusion shall fade away. You'll see. Somehow I don't find your argument very convincing. We don't have two mages on site, Trunks. There's no way that you got scanned twice. He shrugs his broad shoulders. But hey, believe what you want. Don't let it distract you, though. We've got work to do. Now, let's get to it, shall we? He shuffles the papers, flips open the notebook on the table with the tip of his pen. Run me through what happened last night. What's the point of a mind probe if you're just going to interrogate me anyway? Magic is great for pulling facts from a person's memory. It isn't so good at contextualizing them. What we've got from you was a jumble of disorganized information. It'd take a lot of guesswork on our part to piece these facts together into coherent narratives. A minute, need a drink. I don't know how people who do audiobooks do this, man. You cooperate with us, tell us the story as you remember it, you can spare us some of that work. That'll be good for you in the long term. If you lie to me, though, well, just don't. I'll know it. Now, if you please, tell me what happened last night. Just start at the beginning, and I'll take me through it until the moment that we picked you up. Thank you. Posture check. Not until I know what happened to the rest of my team. We've got them. They're fine. You can see them after you told us what we need to know. All right, mystery man. You want to go over what your people pulled from my head? Now play along. That's the spirit. He turns on the audio recorder with an audible click. Now, we already know that your team went to Combat Pangs, the biker bar. That your boss, Kindly Cheng, sent you out there to conduct a shakedown of some kind. Shakedown is such an ugly word. We engage in spirited negotiation, that's all. Yeah, Kindly Cheng, she's great. Yeah, sure you did. If there's one thing that Eddie Peng is known for, it's his good-natured willingness to compromise. He glances at the notebook on his table. Says here that the object he's stolen was a Neolithic artifact, a jade Kong, from the Ling Zhao period, dated back to 3000 BC or thereabouts. Just a rock to us. An ancient rock, maybe, but rock all the same. That's pretty much all it is to anyone outside of the collector's circuit. Our mage ruled out any latent magic in the stone, basically a Ming vase. Valuable as hell to the right person, but worthless to anyone else. We've got our boss. We got your boss's Kong locked up for safekeeping. By the way, it's in good hands with us. Now, you said us earlier. That was you and. Let's see. We'll go with Isabel. You never know when you need a decker. The dwarf girl. Quiet little thing. And who else? Oh, alright, I get to pick out my whole party that was in this flashback. Great. Gotcha's always good. The ghoul. You know, I can't understand why anyone would willingly associate with a corpse eater. Guess it doesn't bother you, though. Another scribbled note. Alright, got it. And who was the last member of your team? Cool. Gotcha's awesome. Ah, the rigger. Creepy son of a bitch. The pen dances over the pad a final time, then stops. Your interrogator glances up at you. Alright, so Chang sent the group of you to combat Pangs to cover a very old rock. She sent you on the eve of one of the bloodiest riots of Kowloon City's history. Funny timing, don't you think? Maybe. Kindly Cheng has a flair for the dramatic. For the most part, that riot worked in our favor. The distant sounds of urban chaos rang in your ears as you led your team through a series of constricted back alleys. It was hot out, sweltering, and the humidity left your body drenched. Fucking A, it's my day today. Holy shit. Anyway, bad night for a riot, but it made for good cover. Actually, there's a reason why there are usually a lot of uprisings and riots during the summer. It is that very reason, honestly. People have had enough, and heat, humidity makes you say, fuck it. Let's do something about it. Bad night for a riot, but made for good cover. You've been making good time since you left Hioi? I don't know. And combat Pangs was only a few blocks away. I can smell our destination already. The taste of blood and motor oil in the wind. And in the distance, I hear the sounds of crunching bone and the rev of V-twin engines. Oh my god, Rain would love to be here. Even over the cacophony of the riots. Gachi nodded at you, his gray flesh tinted yellow by the glow of the streetlights. We are getting close. Take care of Loki. We should go into this run prepared for violence. Eddie Pang has a bad reputation. He tends to let his knife do the talking. The rigger lips parted at a predatory grin. I'm rather looking forward to showing him the true meaning of violence. Koshki can be an excellent teacher. The cops are going out in force because of the riots. We only fire in self-defense. Are we clear on that? Of course, my friend. He dropped the burning stub of his cigarette to the asphalt and ground it under his boot. We're all professionals here. Let us continue forward. The riots make for excellent cover, but they won't last forever. Best that we finish before they burn themselves out, or the police arrive to put them down. The alleyways stretch out in front of you. Its claustrophobic confines seem to converge together in the distance. Your team began to move. Oh. We have free karma this one? Now we will wait to see what's going on. Never know what I'm going to need. Oh, cannot save here. Alright. Oh, I did want to check the sound. Why is there no sound? Oh, I can save. Alright. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Come on, man, hurry up. Two figures in dirty riding leather stood facing the shop window. The patches sewn in the backs of their jackets called them as members of the Black Sun Boys. Small-time outfit, one of a dozen in the neighborhood, that all operated under the supervision of Eddie Combat Pang. The window wasn't broken, but not from the lack of trying. You could see half a dozen indentations of the transplant, and as many as spent shell casings on the ground. Troll was working on an access panel, trying to brute force his way through the shop's security system. His human companion walked on his heels, practically salivating over what was locked inside. This must be the lack of storefront on his block. Last intact storefront on his block. Quite a price for a looter with ambition. Of course, if the owner of the shop was gone to the expense of installing transplast windows, there are probably other security precautions in place. A private security contract, for example. If these two trip a building alarm, that could bring a security team right to the spot. Riots or no riots. That is a distinct possibility, yes. He examined them, frowning. They look like they've been out here for a while. They might be able to tell us about the police presence up ahead. If you could get them to talk to us. Otherwise, I'd suggest just leaving them be. Either way, it's your call, my friend. I would abide by whatever you chose to do. Human Ganger turned on his heels, spitting to face you. An exaggerated, frantic motion. He was probably riding a cram high. He snarled at you through a mouthful of crooked teeth. Hey, strangers, this is our alley. Black Sun Boys Turf, not a place for tourists. You scout your narrow asses back off this block and out of our sight, or I'll make sure you're sorry you were ever born. Easy, we're not looking for trouble. Got a question for you, though. What do I look like? A goddamn news fax? Can't you see that we're busy? Turns his head and spits. An enormous glob of phlegm splatters against the asphalt. Welcome back. All this ash in the air is fucking up my sinuses. Got me in a bad mood. Now back away before I break your nose. Yeah, you're busy, but I'll bet that you know if there's any cops ahead, am I right? Yeah, I might. What finding out be worth to you? Etiquette Shadowrunner. Take a moment and think about who you're talking to. He raises his hand in surrender. Alright? Alright. Can't blame me for trying to make a few bucks, can ya? I'll answer your question, but then you go, alright? Works for me. Okay, there are cops in the area, yes. They're real trigger happy, too. Lots of shooting. Not many questions. Find a whole pack of them just around the corner. Led by one of those special duties assholes. My advice? You get out of this alley and indoors, and you'll do it fast. Thanks for the advice. Now take your friend and get the hell out of here. Wait, what? But you said you heard me. Out. His face went hard. His fearful expressions wiped away by a wave of pure contempt. But he didn't have the guts to challenge you. He turned to the troll, the panel, and snarled out a few words. The two stalked off down the alleyway. Bodies have been reduced to a bloody ruin. Their mouths were frozen open in an expression of silent terror. Your team gathered to examine the remains. These people were shot in the back. I don't see any weapons on them either. Someone gunned them down while they were trying to run away. Bad night to go wandering, speaking of which. Right, let's go to Pang's. We don't want to stay out here any longer than we have to. There is no sound to this. I'm not trying to... Why is there no sound? I just realized, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. I think I know why there's no sound. My mixer. Yeah, right? The HKPF patrol stared you down, the weapons held at the ready. In the center of the pack, a man in heavy tactical armor loomed over the others. The plates of his armor were emblazoned with the regalia of Hong Kong's elite special duties unit. Yeah, I did too for a while, only because there was a period where I was playing this game, I think it was like my second playthrough, and I was watching stuff while playing, so I just had the volume all the way down. I haven't played this game in about a year or two. One of the cops cupped his hands to his mouth and barked out a command. Hey, you! Stop moving and put your hands in the air. Tough words, but he sounded nervous. Raise your hands. We don't want any trouble. We're just trying to get home. This is your final warning. Stay where you are and put your hands... Like, I already put my hands up. So, it's one of those guys that just want a problem now, doesn't he? The SDU officer cut in. His speech was slow and languid. He sounded vaguely bored. Save your breath, Constable. Look at this man's clothes, his gear. These people are armed criminals. They're breaking curfew. You have your orders. Well there, let's just talk about this, alright? The big man growled in his open-throat mic. His amplified voice reverberating through the claustrophobic confines of the alleyway. Open fire! Oh, it's such a good series, Yarny. They recently had it for free. I own this on Steam, I own this on GOG, and I own this on Epic. Fair enough, I only bought it on Steam, but I love it so much that I've literally, if somewhere is giving it away for free, I'm like, I'm going to pick it up. I mean, Epic and GOG both had the trilogies for sale for free recently, so it's like, yeah, I'll grab them. Never know if God forbid something happens to my Steam account, I still have them, you know. But this series is so good. I've yet to beat Dragonfall though. I've beaten OG Shadowrunner and Hong Kong. I've never beaten Dragonfall. Dragonfall near the end gets so hard for me. Alright, let's see. Where are these fucking cops? They're over there. Yes, rude. Very rude, Rosalie. Fucking trying to just go by, do my business, and not harm anybody. They did want to throw down. I love how that guy walked up to Gaichu. Gaichu's like, no. Do I have two different shotguns? Why do I have two different shotguns? Oh no, this is not. This is alright. Rifle. Oh yeah, Gaichu. Ah, what a miss. Swing and a miss. No, he didn't. So I'm assuming he was just clawing everybody? What a fucking beast. Oh. God, Trunks, that was... I don't know. Leave it to Gaichu. He'll take care of it. That warning, the cracked and bloody comlink that you pulled off the body of the SDU officer cracked up to life. A second later, a cold voice poured through the device's speaker. Constables, this is Crate. It's her. The cop on all the newscasts when the APB when the APB on you went live. Nightjar is dead because of her. All right, Nightjar, the New York that when they met you, or in Gobbet. I want all units to move into position and sound off. You will then hold action until I say otherwise. We will put this riot down and restore the city to order. This riot is response to police brutality in Kowloon City, Trunks. Something tells me that Crate's plan to restore order is not going to be gentle. We don't want to be out here when that call comes in. Don't need to tell me twice. Come on, everybody, let's keep moving. Right in the hills, Trunks. Pang's bar should be just around the corner. The block was harder hit by the riots than others you've been through. The air has been turned into a noxious slurry of soot, ash, and tear gas. It was stomach-churning beyond foul. Through the haze, you could see a patrol squad of HKPF constables racing off against a man and a woman in shabby winter coats. The man was doubled over coughing, clutching a loaf of bread in one hand, a cheap pocket knife in the other. The woman was holding a small crowbar, frozen like a deer in the headlights. Both were clearly terrified. Half a dozen laser dots played all over their bodies, projected from the sight of the constable's weapons. You know I'm not going to be able to walk away from this, right? Drop your weapons. Get on your knees. Do it now. The knife hit the ground, clattering the rest of the asphalt. Please. Our house burnt down in the riots. We just needed water and food. We aren't looters. We just need to eat. Rachel leaned over to whisper in your ears. I don't believe that you can see us through the smoke. I don't believe that they can see us through the smoke. But if we get too close, we'll be in the same boat as those poor fools. Best to leave them to their fate and slip around with the police. Give them a wide berth and get on with our evening. As the youth sergeant voice boomed out over the interrogation speaker in his tactical armor. On your knees. This is your last warning. Sorry, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Leave them alone. Constables wheeled at the sound of your voice, but you were faster than they were. You caught them flat-footed. So where's the fucking mage? Grenader, conjurer, mage. Oh! I did not expect that. Alright. That was dumb. I guess that makes sense. He is a grenader. You really want to get in my face? Oh, she bleeding. I'm gonna. There you go. There you go. Ah, street justice. Good. I'm glad I saved them. The civilians blink up at you, their faces ashen. The man still hugs a stolen loaf of bread. In his terror, he crushed it into an hourglass shape. We're alive. Thank God, we're alive. I've seen the police do brutal things here before, but nothing like this. They're gonna kill us. Kill us! For 3 millions worth of bread. Listen, the cops are locking this entire area down. You need to get out of here and off the street. You don't have to tell us twice. Come on, love. Let's find a place to hide until this blows over. So they want us to go this way, so should we explore this way? Yeah, fuck it, right? Please calmly crackle to life again. Great. All teams ready your weapons and prepare for my mark. Do not, I repeat, do not move forward before you are instructed to. Anyone who fails to obey this command will answer to me. Await my instructions, crate out. Is that what it is? Just a back alleyway? Oh, there you go. Ah, flashbang. Nice. Alright. A group of middle-aged people in shabby clothing were gathered in the streets, huddled together and clutching their possessions. They were wide-eyed, staring, some obviously in shock. The riots have taken their toll. A man with a patchy beard, the leader of the group, by the looks of things, leaned forward, his eyes shifting from one member of the congregation to the next. His voice was low and urgent, his tone serious. Look, we can't stay here. Let's gather whatever we can carry, go to the barricades at the edge of town, and show the cops our IDs. Once we can prove that we live here and that we're unarmed, they'll let us through. That's the plan. I want to run, go back the way I came towards Hioi. You'll be safer there. Hioi? This is owned by criminals. We look like a bunch of killers to you? No, man. We need to go to the Central District or Victoria Harbor, maybe. Someplace corp controlled. There are no riots there. No dangerous people. We'll be safe. You honestly think that the cops at the barricades will let you through the rich part of what? Excuse me. The rich part of the island? It's worth a shot. Better than hang around here and waiting to get robbed or shot or kicked to death. I don't like the HKPF any more than anyone else. I'll take my chances with them over the rioters any day. Can't trust the police. If you go to them, you're gonna regret it. The cops. I like our odds better than with them than what to do with people out here on the streets. Need anything from your homes? Clothes, heirlooms, valuables? Go get them and be quick about it. We'll meet back up here in 10 minutes. Then we're headed to the barricade. We're getting out of this death trap. Okay, save everybody. A lanky man in a skin-tight vest leered at you as you entered the bar. He looked like a low-level go-ganger, dressed in black Sunboy's colors. He stepped out in front of you to block your progress. Boss closed on orders of the boss. He points to the door that you walk through. Step out of here now. Honey, that sounds almost like what I said when I scared of the idiots you had looting stores in the alley. You got no business telling any black some boy what to do, asshole. His hand lowered to the knife in his belt. Now I'm going to give you a choice. Get moving or stop bleeding. Got you. Care to handle this? Nodding his assent, Gaichu's hand slipped to the hilt of his katana. The single, whisper quiet motion, the blade came free from his sheath. The ganger's eyes went comically wide, and the bravado he's been displaying a moment ago evaporated. To begin backing away, his hands raised in surrender. Hey, I don't wanna... He looked back over his shoulder towards the bar. Boss? A low voice growled from beside the bar. Fuck me sideways. Jimmy, have I got to do everything myself around here? What do I even keep you around for? Excuse me. Eddie Combat Peng, the owner of Combat Pengs and the ringleader of half a dozen Kowloon City Go gangs, with Black Sunboys included. He leered at you through a mouthful of gold-capped teeth. Peng was a living stereotype, the surly dwarf in the flesh, 10 tons of Napoleon complex in a 70-kilo body. All right, you won't listen to my boy, maybe you'll listen to me. We are closed. If you want to keep all of your fucking teeth, you'll turn around and go the way you came. I'm afraid that we've gotten quite mistaken. We aren't customers. Cochet scuttled forward, the sharpened tips of its legs sticking against the hardwood. We are here on business. Excuse me, Jesus. He wrapped his fingers against the bar, an innocent gesture, with a set of alarm bells ringing in your head. All around you, gangers started shifting into ready positions, their smiles growing ugly, hands creeping towards holsters. From somewhere in the back of the room, you heard an ominous sound, heavy footsteps, and the scrape of something metal against the floorboards. Pang's glittering smile widened. Yeah, and what kind of business are we talking about? Kyla Chang sent us. You got something that belongs to her. Afraid you're mistaken on that front. Everything in this bar is mine, Buttercup. Mine. You're standing in my home right now. See all these people around you? They're my friends, and they don't take kindly to strangers who come in here trying to throw their weight around. Etiquette, security. The alleyways outside are crawling with cops, and they're prepping for something big. You sure you want gunfire in here? If they hear it, they'll have to investigate. Yeah, nah. Wouldn't that be terrible? We certainly don't want any trouble with the police. Of course, you'd be dead, so... He spread his hands with a smile. More shifting from the assembled gangers in the bar. Some of them looked angry, ready to start shooting and cutting. Others were clearly... My apologies. Were clearly concerned. Kindly Chang's name carried a lot of weight in Kowloon City. Everyone knew the Yellow Lotus. The shift wasn't difficult for you to see. Peng could see it too. Tell you what, I'm in a generous mood tonight. I don't really need the rock for anything. Sounds like Cheng's got you up in a bind. You're gonna be in trouble with her if you don't bring it back tonight, so I'll sell it to you. Give me, say, 500 new yen. I'll have my boys box it up. Quest for level 7. I've got a better idea. You give me the rock, and I'll try extra hard to convince Kindly not to burn your bar to the ground. I can't let you take it for free. That set a bad example for the boys. It's mine. You gotta give me something for it. You're worried about losing face in front of your men. I get that. But you brought this on yourself when you stole from a crime boss. The corners of his mouth drew into an ugly scowl. He took another moment to size you up, his eyes darting from you to each member of your team. Then he glanced back at the gangers. They were jumpy, nervous. His slab-like hands curled into fists. It's in the cubby hole behind the bar. Go on, take the thing, and get out. More trouble than was worth anyway. See, I don't like that when it auto-saves. Well, we got Kylie's rock. All we gotta do now is get back home. You better get moved. Something metallic hit the ground at your feet, cutting you short. A canister of some kind. You didn't hear where it came from. By the time that you could process what was happening, it was too late. The metal tube erupted, spraying you with a hissing stream of concentrated vapor. In the distance, you could see a group of figures wearing gas masks. Not riot control cops, not SDU, but official looking, wearing red uniforms. They were already moving in, beelining in your direction. You willed your body to move, struggling to pump your legs into something approaching a run. All they could manage were 3 stumbling steps. You felt the world rushing towards your face. You were falling. Overpowering chemical tank filled your nostrils, and the world turned black. The impound lot. Your words ring metallically off the confinement room's walls. You've been talking for so long, recounting all the tedious details of your run, that your voice hums in your ears after you finish speaking. A single flickering bulb above your head sways in an invisible breeze. Beyond the light's reach, your interrogator stands shrouded in shadow. You can't see his eyes, but you can feel them quietly observing you from the safety of his corner. His silence opens a floodgate of your thoughts. The questions come pouring in. Were you brought here alone? With others? Most of all, what do your captors want from you? You finish your story. There's nothing left to tell. It's his turn to talk. Troll lifts his audio recorder from the table and clicks it off. He stands in silence for a moment, looming over you, sizing you up. Then he purses his lips and nods. And that's when we picked you up. That's right, when I came to, I was already handcuffed and sitting in this chair. Very good. Thank you for recapping all of that for me, Mr. Gonzalez. Your testimony was extremely helpful. And now that you've helped us, it's only fair that you learn something in return. Oh, what's that? The troll pulls an object out of a police evidence bag marked with the HKPF logo. PDA with a cracked case stippled with day-old blood. We recovered this at the scene. Take a look. See what we saved you and your team from. Think I can guess what you're about to show me? Maybe you can. Only one way to find out. He sets the PDA down on the desk, activates it with the tip of his pen, and slides it towards you. Just watch. Don't touch. You don't want your fingerprints on this thing. The feed is shaky. Whoever owned this device must have been panicked, out of breath. You can see people, swarms of people, including locals that you spoke to on the street. All are carrying burdens of some kind or another. A laptop here, a knapsack there, backpacks bulging with shrink-wrapped food and bottled water. None of the locals appear to be armed. The camera wheels around and you can see a firing line of police. The man with the patchy beard is pleading with them, begging to be let through. He says that he isn't a rioter. None of the people here are. The constable, faceless behind the mask, says nothing. The camera focuses on a figure behind the police lines. Her features are instantly familiar. Chief Inspector Crate. She looks right into the camera. Then she reaches into her hand, into her ear, and speaks into her comm link. Her voice is loud and clear enough that you can hear it over the PDA's tinny speakers. All teams, you know your orders. Open fire, put them down. The explosion of gunfire fills your ears. The camera spins crazily, and you catch a panoramic view of your bodies bursting like water balloons. Faces that you recognize from your trip to Combat Pang scream for help, and are silenced. The second volley of gunfire catches the owner of the PDA. You hear him shriek. Watch the camera spin dizzyingly. You hear a sickening crack, and the video feed flickers and dies. The PDA goes silent. Without a word, your interrogator lifts it from the table and returns it to its evidence bag. Never thought I'd be this happy to get drugged and kidnapped. You should be. If we haven't brought you in, you'd been gunned down with the rest of you poor bastards you saw in the video feed. No questions, no arrests, just a hail of bullets that would have converted you and your team from Shadowrunners into statistics. Yeah, I'm getting that. Officially, the Special Duties Unit suppressed the riot just like they were supposed to. That's the story that all of the news outlets are running with. He shuffles his papers. Unofficially, you be the judge. Got my attention. Want to tell me why I'm here exactly? Good question. Let's just say that people at the top have had their eyes on you for a while now. You'll get all the answers you need soon enough. Troll stretches, slips his pen back into the breast pocket, flips his notepad shut, and then taps a series of keystrokes onto his PDA. Cuffs you around your wrists go slack. The lights in the room come up, and the first time you can see his face, and the badge on his hip. HKPF standard issue. A laminated card clipped to his breast pocket that states his name. Inspector David Yang. Okay, I think we're done here. Hang on. You can't just show me what you showed me and then cut me loose. Who said anything about cutting you loose? I'm done questioning you. That's all. You're a guest of the HKPF. And you're going to remain that way until we say different. Guest of the HKPF? You're going to have to clarify that. Not my job. We need people Cree and Lamb for that. Don't you worry. They'll be sending for you soon enough. Q and Lamb? Who are they? You'll find out. Door looks solid. You can't see an invisible doorknob or latching mechanism from where you're standing. Most likely, it's barred from the other side. Wait patiently for the door to open. Continue waiting. Eventually, you hear the sound of muffled voices on the other side of the door, followed by a dull thunk. The scrape of metal dragged over the metal fills your ears. The door pops open, but only a crack. A sliver of daylight streams through from the other side. Sun stabs your eyes and as you step from the interrogation room into the noonday sun. Blinking against the glare, the world gradually swims back into focus. A familiar face greets you. Lois, you're out. Thank God. We've had you locked away in here since we got together. Since we got here. True story. We only knew you were here because we could have heard you screaming last night. She steps towards you, expression of concern on her face. You okay, Seattle? They didn't hurt you too bad, did they? I had a mage, maybe more than one. Probed my mind while I was unconscious. Beyond that, they just asked questions. Magical interrogation? Bastards are pulling out the big guns. Shakes his head agitatedly. Oh, fuck it. He's agitated. There you go. Thing is, they should have been interrogating us at the same time, comparing our accounts and memories of the evening. It doesn't make any sense for them to question you for hours while we're all sitting here. None of this makes any goddamn sense. He makes his hands into fists, and you can hear the sound of his knuckles popping. Our captors are dressed like cops, but this sure as shit isn't central booking. It's a damned impound lot. And gassing you like they did isn't any kind of police procedure that I ever learned. Duncan, you weren't even on the run with us. How'd you end up here? That's a long story. Any kind of embarrassing one. I was working out my cabin when it happened. I'd rather not go into the details. You know what else doesn't make sense? Cops coming after all of us. I mean, the APB on us was lifted, right? That's what Auntie Chang said after we got out of the walled city. Yeah, it was. It was lifted. That APB that Josephine Sang had Crate put on us came with a kill or capture order attached to it. And they weren't paying much attention to the capture part. If the APB hadn't been lifted, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd all be dead. Just like Nightjar and Carter. Duncan's back stiffens, but he holds his tongue. He should be dead now. Or in a secure facility somewhere instead. We're just sitting here in an impound lot. And not just us either. She gestures into the distance. The edge of the impound yard, tethered to the docks, the rusting hulk of the Crake, and holy shit, they got their fucking home. Rises above the surroundings. Heavy chains snake up from the secure moorings on the docks to heavy maglocks that clamp down on the vessel's hull. She isn't going anywhere. They didn't just arrest you, you people who were actually on the Shadowrun. They arrested our damn boat. They took everyone on board along for the ride. The bastards didn't even give me a warning. They just hooked up the Kraken up the tug, cut away her moorings, and hold us away from the harbor. He ever mentioned a couple of names. Anyone ever heard of anyone named Lamb or Q? Well, lots of people named Lamb, Q too. They aren't uncommon names. Considering where we are, I guess that they're high-ranking cops. Beyond that, though, your guess is as good as mine. Gaichu suddenly leans forward toward the cell door, his head cocked and eyebrow raised. He lifts a gnarled hand, gesturing for the team to halt. Hear that? Footsteps. Someone is coming. He lowers himself into a ready stance. Prepare yourself. We are about to have company. Uniformed constable wearing a sergeant's insignia passes through a set of double gates onto your holding pen. She walks with an air of quiet authority, her face an expressionless mask. A pair of wary eyes fix themselves on you. Trunks? Step forward, please. She nods and raises her PDA and begins to type in a series of commands. Thank you for your cooperation. Senior Inspectors Lamb and Q will want a word with you. I'd like a word with them too. She nods, raises her PDA, begins to type in a series of commands. That's the right attitude. Very good. In a moment, I'm going to let you out of this cage. When I do that, I want you to make your way to the command trailer near the edge of docks. Don't try anything stupid. You're being watched. Yeah, I know the drill. Better get walking then. She punches the final button on her PDA. Massive gates open to the pen and hold massive gates to the pen that holds you begin to rumble open. Go on, move. You don't want to leave the senior inspectors waiting. And I'm going to end it right here for now. Man, I forgot how much talking Shadowrun involved. It's a little raw. Yeah, this looks like a game I might be able to play at like one mission a session. Unless the story just slows down a bit, because, you know, Hong Kong also is very story heavy in the beginning. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for the videos, Josie. Garney Land, thank you for coming by. Blazing Hydro, thank you for lurking. Is there anything I wanted to... Oh, I did want to show you something. I saved this, right? Let me save again. There is it's a game that we got from for free from Humble. It's a pretty gorgeous looking game. Let me just get it. I know. I know. I'm working on it. I am working on it. You look the opening cinematic play again. The graphics on this game is sprite work on this game is gorgeous. Maybe they have now that I have it set to it. Let me just try restarting the game, and maybe that they'll click in and automatically. It should automatically just. See. There you go. Okay. Look at the gorgeous sprite work in this game. It's got like 90s anime all over it. Or maybe even 80s anime. I don't know what remix story mode is, so I'll just. Oh, good. It's fucking you or blah blah. Okay. So I went through the first stage, and then all these open up, and it looks like a Mega Man style game where it's like choose your stage. So basically, you control the Panzer Paladin armor. That looks like a transformer called Skylinks. But like it even comes down like it just like shoots down to earth like Mega Man does. I love it. Alright? And you can pop out and then play as her to get to areas that you can't normally get to. Yeah, you have a shield that actually, oh, get this, block shit. Oh, that sucks. And each weapon has different spells attached to it. And that's how you do it. How do I... That's how, okay. I don't remember how to get into that. I don't know how... Do I have to do like a... Did I just draw that weapon? I did. Oops. There was a way to do a kind of dash, but I don't remember. But yeah, no, it's a cool game. This is the one I was waiting for so badly to play last month, and it didn't disappoint. That's it. Jump and turn backwards. Side dash over here. This is another old school game that has quite a good soundtrack. Oh, what's down there? Oh, death. Death is down there. Anyway, that's it. Thank you all for coming. Hope you all have a great night. I'm glad the stream went well today. I need to rest my voice. Adios. Oh wait, you know what? Let's see, this is my streaming. Let's see that. You know what? I like Kuplatanis. You might like Kuplatanis too, Rosalie. He's a very cool, chilled, very positive LGBTQ A plus type guy. I think I did those initials right. Kuplatanis. Alright, I'm gonna go rate him. Love you all. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend.